But we know that in most cases, they don't receive anything because of the risks they take as a result of embarking in such a strategy. So, but we are just leaving this as a chance that probably they might receive some dividends as time goes into the future if they generate more cash flow. So having that said and done, we are now ready to simulate our returns by year and for the equity investors. So in this case, what we're gonna do here is we will just take this and add. We will take this and subtract 1 from it. So we begin with the first, from the fifth year onto the very first year. So what we want to do here is we want to calculate the internal rate of returns from the first year, from the last year when the private equity might exit, and then the fourth year, the third year, the second year, and the first year, for you to see how over time cash flow builds up and this private equity aggressively pay down its debt to enhance equity value. So in order to do that, we will have to bring in their initial investment amount. So recall that they put in roughly, in this leverage buyout, they put in roughly $78 million. We have to reference that there. So we always want to anchor that cell with F1, so we're always referencing to that particular cell. We can copy Alt ESF for the rest of the years, $78 million as investment capital. So this is how much they put in. And then the cash flows is going to be based on another formula. So here we're going to say that it's going to be equal to if the year that we are in is, we have to reference this cell with F4 2 times, is equal to our fifth year or whatever year we have here, reference that cell with F4 3 times, so that we can always copy and paste it down. If that year is equal to that fifth year or whatever the years is, there what we want is to give us the equity value, which we calculated here, plus the cash flows they receive in case if they receive any dividends. So in this case, we will also have to reference this with F 2 times. Reference this with F 2 times as well. So if that year is equal to the year of our fifth year horizon, then give us the equity value plus the dividends received by the investors. Otherwise, just give us the dividends. So we are saying that if there will be any dividends that will be paid in this period, okay, just give us only the dividends. So that's exactly what we are saying in this formula. We can close the bracket and press enter. So we can copy this, Alt ESF. If we have done it right, you can see that in the feature, we see this $216 million adding up to these dividends. That's what they will receive. So we can do that for the other years, which we copy. Pasting as formulas, you can copy this. Pasting as formulas, we can copy this. Copy this. As you can see, for the first year, we see that the equity value reflects whatever we're having in the first year. So this is kind of a waterfall kind of a way of computing returns for the investors. So it's very, very important in modeling as we could see in the very fifth year that they will exit with approximately $260 million. So we now want to calculate the cash on cash returns and the internal rate of returns of year by year of these equity investors. So to calculate the internal rate of returns, it's going to be equal to X by R, where we take all of those cash flows and then we assign the date associated with those cash flows, including the initial investment date, that is the transaction closing date. Reference it with F4 so that we can copy it down. So in the first year, we have an internal rate of returns. In the very last year, we have an internal rate of returns of 22.4% as a result of this transaction. So as you can see, we have it there. So having done that, now we want to calculate the cash on cash returns. In this case, it's going to be equal to the sum of whatever the cash flows were, we sum all of those, and then we divide it by the initial investment amount. So we have it there, 2.7 times. Copy this, Alt ESF, business formulas. As you can see, in the very fifth year, if this private equity exits, they will exit with 2.7 times the initial investment amount. And as they go down, you see that it moves from 2 times to